Greetings everyone, hope you're having a good day. I'll try to keep the video short and sweet, but I think the information might be useful for some of you. So before we start, first of all, I'm only playing Guardian Druid in WoW. That's my favorite spec in the game for sure. I'm not the best tank, not the worst, I guess I'm above average. I recently started getting into 26Ks. And honestly, the hardest part probably is getting into groups because bruh, nobody invites bears, bruh. That's how it is. But yeah, it is what it is. And two disclaimers before I show my talents. First, I'm heavily prioritizing defensiveness because I find this is what works best for me. And the second is I'm talking solely from a pugging perspective. I pug pretty much 99% of my keys. So, and again, the talents I'm using fit my playstyle and I find most success with those talents. I've tried other builds, but honestly it feels kinda more like scary and just I'm not feeling as comfortable playing in the key. So let's get into it quick. This is my talent build. If you are playing bear, you can give it a shot, couple of keys, see how it goes, see how it feels, but I'll tell my philosophy again behind the more unusual choices that I have. And I already said that, but it pretty much summarizes with one word: defensiveness. When you're pugging, the healer is not really familiar with you, with your playstyle, and especially if you're playing Guardian Druid, there are not many Guardian Druid players, so the healer isn't very used to, I guess, healing Guardian Druid. And you are not as familiar with the healer, right? So it's best to, in my opinion, prioritize staying alive and making the life of the healer easier over optimizing DPS, because at the end of the day, if you optimize DPS but you happen to die during the key, you ain't gonna get much benefit from that, right? The key might as well be over after just one tank death, especially if it's on a critical spot. So with that in mind, those two talents here, Reinvigoration and Earth Warden, I've noticed actually a lot of bears are not picking those for some reason. Guess they're choosing some other talents over those two. I personally enjoy those two talents. I think Earth Warden is very good talent. Reinvigoration is not the best talent, but honestly, like, I enjoy having Frenzied Regen on shorter CD. I like to pop it here and there just to top my health a little bit, and again make the life of the healer easier. Another thing is I'm not using Grace. Honestly, it's a good talent obviously, and I'm planning actually to try to start using it again because I did use it for a short amount of time earlier in the expansion, but I just don't like I don't like the ability much. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the button. It doesn't feel very nice to press for the most part, and I don't like how you have to alternate between race and mow. But again, it's a very good talent. Another thing is I'm not sure what I can give up for that talent, honestly. But the main difference that you may notice from pretty much any other talent build, at least any other build that I've seen, especially for Mythic Plus, is I'm not picking Flashing Claws. Yeah, I'm not. And yeah, it's a sketchy decision, but it works for me, so might as well just go with it, right? The reason for that is, again, repeating myself a lot of times already, but optimizing defensiveness. And let me explain. So with Rent and Tear, for each stack of trash on that target, you get 2% less damage dealt to you from the target. That you basically 2% damage reduction. And with the base trash ability, you can stack it up to 3 times. So that's 6% damage reduction. That's great. But with Flashing Claws, you can get up to 10% because you can apply 2 more stacks. But you can get even more protection if you instead go for this talent, Scintillating Moonlight. Obviously you are sacrificing damage, but again, that works for me, so why not? Who the fuck cares? And especially for Tyrannical weeks, this talent is just essential, if you ask me. Like, if I wasn't going with this talent for Tyrannical bosses, bruh, it ain't gonna be freaking funny. It ain't gonna be freaking good time during the boss fight. And even now, like, the bosses hit like tricks in some of the dungeons. But there you go. So if you go with this talent, Scintillating Moonlight, and let's say you're fighting a boss, you get 10% reduction from Moonfire, from Tooth and Claw you get another 15% reduction using Maw, and from Rend and Tear you get another 6% damage reduction, so that's overall 10, 16, 31% overall pretty much passive damage reduction, which is crazy, super good. And that's my philosophy. That's why I'm picking these talents, and I'm just prioritizing having a little bit extra defensiveness, less damage taken, over having more DPS in case. Obviously my raid talents are very different. I'm optimizing pretty much damage there, but with some exceptions. But that's how it is for Unity Plus. I hope this is gonna be useful for some of you. I advise you to give it a shot. By accident, I entered with a different talent build once in a, I think, Throne of Tides to us, and let me tell you, bro, like the difference was massive. Like I was getting smacked, and when I swap back to my usual talents that I'm using in this video that I'm showing you right now, it really feels like a more smoother, chiller experience when you do keys with a Guardian Druid, and that's how it is at the moment. That's what works for me the best currently. I'm hoping Blizzard do something with especially the class talents, because they feel very inferior to pretty much any other talent tree that I've seen, any other class talent tree. And the bear talent tree isn't super good if you ask me. Still, it is much better than in the beginning, obviously, but yeah. And another change that I hope Blizzard to revert, which is maybe an unpopular opinion, but I'd like Blizzard to give back the trash spam during Incarnation. It was very fun. And this is it pretty much for the video. Thanks for watching. Get a freaking snack. Have a good day, and have a good luck for the Mythic Plus keys and the vote as well. Peace.